Welcome back to 3 Martini Lunch Plays Kerbal Space Program. I am 3 Martini Lunch and I am playing Kerbal Space Program. This is episode 2 of Jeb's Career, the series in which Jeb will be running all the missions, and the only science I'll be collecting will be crew reports, EVA reports, and surface samples. Here's where we left after the first mission. I managed to collect all the Tier 3 science and had just barely not enough to collect a Tier 4, which is too bad. I would have loved to have those batteries, because we're going to try for Duna on this mission. So let's get in the VAB and I'll show you the ship I'll be running. Okay, here's the ship. We've got the launch stage, or the main launch stage, lifter stage, composing of these 6 stacks of those half-size fuel tanks here, and Bellevue T-30s, I think they are on the bottom. I'm not, or T-45s. So let's go ahead and get that off. The final portion of the lift stage is pretty weak. It's just one of those halves and another T-45. Then we got a stage to push us to Duna, which should be ample. Once at Duna, we eject that part, and we should be able to land using this. And I've got 3 command pods on there, but only the central one is going to be occupied. The others are to carry electrical power around, and also to have those parachutes to help landing at Duna. Once I take off from Duna, and I might even make it to Ike with these, I'm not sure, but once I take off from Duna, we'll be ejecting these, and this will be what comes home. So hopefully that's going to work. Oh, I don't have a Caminotron on there. Okay, well, no matter. I'll go ahead and put one on and meet you out at the launch pad. Alright, here we are at the launch pad. I've already zoomed time ahead to the launch window for Duna. Just a matter of powering up, hitting that SAS, and hitting the throttle. Now you may notice considerably more background noise than there was when we were in the VAB, and I want to apologize for that. I had the windows closed and the air conditioner turned off, and it was just getting way too hot in here. So I've opened up the windows, so there's going to be a little bit of background noise. You probably hear some street sounds coming up, either a honk now and again, and if I know Midtown Manhattan, you're going to be hearing sirens and all kinds of excitement. Probably gunshots and people getting strangled, who knows. It's a madhouse. Anyways, again, I'm doing something a little bit different this time. I'm going to try to do a live commentary for the entire video, but I'm still going to cut out all the boring parts. So I will see you when something exciting happens. And something exciting is about to happen. I'm about to make that gravity turn at 10,000 meters, traveling just over 200 meters per second. The ratio worked out really well in this one. I'm glad about that. Let's see if I can get it up there. Okay, yeah, that is looking okay. We're going to have separation in a few seconds, so let's zoom ahead to that. Okay, separation is coming up. I did tilt over just a little bit more, because it looked like separation and tilting over to 0 is going to happen at about the same time, so I didn't want to do them both at the same time. And just about, come on. There we go, and I'll get the rest of the way over to 0. Let's see how we look on the map view. Come on. It's okay. I think I'm still going to be a little short on fuel. Let's see how it works. I want to get up to about 85,000 meters. I'm going to switch this. I forgot this plug-in is called, but it's a nice one. It shows me the fuel remaining is a lot easier to read. It shows it by stage and by total, and you can also switch to time. It's telling me I got 5 seconds of fuel left. I think this is going to be a bust. 2 seconds, 1 second, 0 seconds. Well, maybe I can use a little bit of that transfer stage fuel. Looks like it's pretty close. And you're hearing meowing. My cat wants to get in on the action. Very exciting stuff, I admit. And what's my altitude? 58. This doesn't look too bad. We'll come back when I'm out of the atmosphere. And here I am, just pulling up out of the atmosphere. Let me zoom ahead a little bit. We're going to get up to about 45 seconds or so, and I'll line up everything, and here we go. Turn the SAS back on, go ahead and point in the right direction. A little bit right there. want to come down to about 25 seconds maybe. There we go. And fire it up. And this thing's only got a minute's worth of fuel in it. My transfer stage. Yeah, well, we'll see how it works out. And yeah, pretty exciting. We'll come back when I've got orbit. No, that actually didn't take long. Here we are, just about to get into... it takes so much of that stage. I don't know if it's going to be worthwhile. Stop. No, I don't want to maneuver. No. That'll give me 81, 88. Yeah, that'll work. Anyways, I'll set up a... inclination's okay. I'll set up a maneuver node to get us to Duna. That usually happens here on the dark side, just past the Terminator, not very far. But you don't have to be real close. Go ahead and Duna is about 1,050 for the transfer. Again, when you're at the window. If you're not at the window, it's going to be a little bit more. And the easiest way to do it is just pull out to about 1,050. And let's go right there. That looks pretty good. And then line up that. Again, I'm not sure what it's called. This thing right here with Kerbin's, orbital path. So I'm going to pull it this way. Ooh, that looks pretty good. Yeah, good enough. And then zoom on out and select Duna as your target. And then I've got the precise maneuver node, so I can press O and that'll reopen reopen the node. You need some going outside of the orbit a little bit there, so I'm going to back off just a hair. Oh, there we go. Sets up an encounter. And hopefully I'll get, sets up, I'm getting pretty close to an encounter. Hopefully I'll get an encounter just by slowing down. Oop, there we go. And then if you click on Duna and focus view, you'll see what that encounter is going to be. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a little closer. 16 million. Let's see if it's, yeah, there's going to be an opportunity up here to fix my inclination. So I'm going to say that that's good enough, considering I don't have MagJet to automatically perform the node for me. This is going to be just fine. So I'm going to hit backspace. That'll take focus back to my spaceship. And if I look here, this is the direction I'm going to be thrusting compared to what I'm looking at now. So I think that means that that maneuver node is going to be over in this direction. So I'll go ahead and cheat using up as little battery power as possible and hit time acceleration to stop me on the node, and we'll jump ahead to where I start executing that node. And here we are. I'm going to go ahead and start to burn a little bit early, being that this thing doesn't have quite enough juice in it to finish it. I'm getting a little worried about this mission at this point. It might just be flybys rather than landing. Yeah, we'll see. It's I might be able to land with this. Check it out. And also considering I'm having to do this manually, I'll probably be wasting some fuel. And we'll go ahead and do the staging, and then we'll time warp ahead to somewhere else. No, 1 minute and 12 seconds. I don't like this at all. Anyways, we'll come back at the end of the node. All right, we've got about 15 seconds left on the node, and I set focus back on Duna. That way I can I'm going to slow down a bit to give us a little more time, adjust my trajectory there a little bit. It's a little sensitive. Slow down some more, and then hopefully I'll see that I'll see my path cross here, and I can go ahead and stop accelerating and speed up a little bit. It's taking a little bit extra time. Come on. 10, 9, 8. Let's get slow down. 7, 6, 5. Yep, 5, 5, 4, 3, 1. As possible. There we go. All right, close enough. Good enough for military work. Let's go ahead and delete that. Backspace to focus back on the ship. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay. Oh, and what I did on the ship here, I don't have fuel lines, but as soon as this thing brings out, this thing runs out, these I can just transfer the fuel in from these puppies. Let me turn off that SAS. And of course it'll exactly fill it, and then eject those if that would be more delta V. So back to map view, and I'm just going to do a time accelerator. I got the Kerbal alarm clock here, and I set it up to a sphere of influence change. I don't want a whole minute. I'm going to set that for 10 seconds. So just before 10 seconds before the sphere of influence change, it'll take me down to 1x time warp. That way I don't cross the sphere of influence faster than 1x. And sometimes it gets it wrong, and 10 seconds isn't that big enough margin. But yeah, in this case it was. Now I don't know if everybody has this, but I've got a bug. When I get real close, real close to a sphere of influence change, it mucks everything up. So once I actually switch sphere of influences, there we go. It goes back to what it's supposed to look like. Now this is going to be a little difficult when there's both my my current orbit and then my predicted orbit for after my encounter are right next to each other. It's tough to get yeah, I think that we did it right. It's tough to get a maneuver node on the right one. Sometimes you can't at all. That one I think I did. And let's see, what node was I on? That was the descending node, so I want to go, and let's switch my focus over here. So I want to go plus normal. And then O will open up my thingamabobber there, and we go up. Come on. And plus normal. I don't know if I'm getting jerkiness or lag or what. Still go plus normal a little bit. And then normally I use precise node for this, but and I'm probably going to once it gets yeah. So if I go in there, zoom in, I'm going to switch over to precise node. I think I'm going to try 1 point of retrograde. Yeah, there we go. Yep. And let's go back to normal. It's too much. Go back to 0.1. I'm going to zoom this in just right. That looks 11,092. Yeah, I like to come in around 12,000. Yeah, no, that's pretty good. So I'm going to switch back to the ship. And that node is again roughly normal, so I think it's going to be down here somewhere. There we go. Again, use time warp to cheat, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom up to that maneuver node, so I'll see you when I get there. And the game did something it does to me now and again. As soon as I started time warping, it said, "Oh no, you don't have an encounter anymore." So I set up another maneuver node a couple of days away. That gave me this encounter. Not as good as the one, but I'll adjust it again once we get closer. So yeah, I think we can go ahead and just go for that one. I'm going to delete the alarm I had here, and in 1 minute. Oop, no. I'm still 13 minutes away. I'm not sure what happened there, but let's no maneuver. Oh, I zoomed past it. Anyways, that shouldn't be a problem with these distances. We should be okay. So let's. I'm going to turn on SAS, go ahead and adjust a little bit better. And we're going to go ahead and try to tighten up our encounter. Oh, you can see it coming in there. Wanted an encounter with Ike. Okay, not great, but that's what I've got. That's what I'm going to take. So I'll go ahead and set up another maneuver node at oh, there's no ascending node. Okay, well, I'll set one up for when I get closer, and we'll come back on that. So I'm closing in on that maneuver node. I'll turn on SAS. I'll try to, this one is going to be a very tight one, so I want to be as close as possible. Gone ahead and set focus on to Duna already. And again, at these distances, I'm still going to zoom in a little closer, but we don't have to hit the node exactly perfectly. Get it up, there we go, 10 seconds should be fine. And I'm not going to use the clock, I'm going to eyeball this here. In fact, I'm going to delete this maneuver node and just apply a little power and wait for it to get to about where I want it. And, okay, there we go. And at 13,000 meters, that's pretty good. I like to come in at 12 and a half. That probably will not be enough to aero capture me, but I'll be able to make adjustments when I get closer, so it'll be a little bit less sensitive. In fact, I'll probably wait till I get into the sphere of influence to bring that down to 12 and a half. Switching focus back to the ship, I'm going to add a maneuver node for sphere of influence change is 89 days away. I'm going to put 12 hours in there. That'll be two Kerbin days. And zoom ahead, and that's just so, at this distance, if I put in 10 seconds, I'm afraid that it might miss. There's a lot of floating point stuff going on that I don't fully understand it. Oftentimes, well, I've been bit before, we'll say. So we're coming up on the sphere of influence change, or 2 days away from the sphere of influence change. There's some of that street noise I was talking about. Very, very excited to come to the city. This people got stabbed or house got broken into. There we go. We'll go with 10 seconds on the alarm. And when I left SAS, it doesn't take any when you're time warping, so I can worry about that. But I want to get this back to turned off as soon as I can. Oh, and I forgot to get well, I'll get that on the way back. The Kerbal, Kerbol science. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in now. Turn off that SAS. I'll go ahead and get a crew report. The planet is very red and appears to have deep brown furrows across the surface. There does appear to be some kind of ice at both poles, though. Okay, 35 seconds, that's nice. Go ahead and go EVA, get an EVA report, and I'm not going to read this whole thing. Oh, okay, maybe I will. You've recorded your observations on the situation, etc. Go ahead and if you take the data out and then get back in, it stores that crew report as a regular science report, so you can get more science. Go back to map view. Yeah, and I've seen this before. Sometimes they won't let you set up a maneuver node. I'm going to add a maneuver here, and can I drag it up? I don't have to go up that far. I just want to find out which way anti-normal is. Is it anti-normal or normal? It said 13. Yeah, let's find out which way anti-normal is. That way I can, it's going to be tough. So I want to go halfway maybe I'll go retrograde instead. Let's change that. Not anti-normal, anti-radial. See what retrograde does for me instead. I can't even see the retrograde thing to tug on. And that's not good. It's going to be a little easier. So I'll go ahead and point that way. Yeah, it's going to be exactly retrograde. I'm not going to tell me where that is. Stop. Look at it just so. Let's see, on 13,000. And that appears to be taking me up. Let's try a little more. My time warping? What is my throttles? Why is that taking me up? We'll try 270 degrees, see what that does for me. 12.3, that's a little close. Now I'm going to do a quick save on that. And we're going to go ahead and come in at 12.3. Put in a maneuver node there. And again, this is just for a placeholder, so I can come zipping in and not have to worry about, I'm getting lots of, what the heck's going on? I'm getting a lot of, can you see that? Can you see that? It's jerky and, what's doing that? Maybe I should have rebooted or something before this. Anyways, the reason I set that up, and I'll just delete the, delete the maneuver node, that brings me in close without, without having to worry about, zipping off. If you come in really fast, I probably would have zipped off or crashed into the surface or something of that nature. Anyways, this puts me in, look at this pausing. 420, so I'll time accelerate up a bit. And the atmosphere starts around 42,000 meters, something like that. So we'll be sure that I always like to cross into the atmosphere at 1x as well. I'll drop down 1. Or at 5x is that now I normally drop into the atmosphere. And at this point, I can go ahead and I'll go ahead and time accelerate up just to save us some time, and we'll see what happens to that. The apoapsis is certainly going to come down as I'm coming down a little bit closer than my normal approach. So I'll certainly end. I forgot to get close signs, but I can get them on the way up or get it as the orbit stabilizes. Let's see what we look like here. Hopefully I'm not going to crash with this. And that looks pretty likely. Coming down pretty far. What are we doing? What's my altitude? Oh, it's only 13,000. This is going to be a very close Stop coming down. Where are we at there? 16, 17. Once I get up past 20, it should slow down a bit or stop altogether. Well, not quite stop, but yeah, this section looks pretty good. Looks like I'm going to get a good orbit out of this. Yeah, looks good indeed. So as soon as I come out of the orbit, I'm going to grab that science. We'll circle around again, and I'm not even going to adjust this periapsis. We'll just start the land. I'll see you on re-entry. All right, re-entry is coming up. Not going to have much to talk about, so we'll probably do some time acceleration. I don't know if I'll cut to another scene or not. All right, there we go. We just entered the atmosphere. We'll go ahead and let's go ahead and accelerate up, and we'll just see what happens. I don't know if this is going to take too long. I might go ahead and edit up to the next part, but we'll see what happens. And let's square away some staging before things get out of hand here. There we go. And we're still coming down. We're not getting significant air resistance yet. Let's take a look at the yeah, we're still up at 300,000. I think it's going to be, you got to come in 15,000 before it starts really slowing it down. It's pointing this retrograde, which is a good sign. Still getting some jerkiness there. We're at 13, 12. We should start getting some significant, yeah, there we go. We've got our, let me bring it down to normal time here. I'm going to get a crude report. I think I can get while flying in, while flying in Dooney, record the cruise assessment of the situation. I'm not going to try an EVA report here. I might try it on the way back up. But I did manage to get that low science. What are we doing here? Coming in pretty low. I'm going to extend the gear. 800 meters per second. At some point I've got to get those chutes out. There's mountains up to like 5,000 to 6,000 feet here, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm a little panicky. I'm going to go ahead and send those chutes out now. They do have some drag even at this configuration, so hopefully it's going to be enough to slow me down so it doesn't rip my spaceship apart when they deploy full. I've had a lot of bad luck with that, although it doesn't happen all the time. I'm hoping, keeping my fingers crossed. I could use a little fuel to slow me down some more, but I used a lot of fuel on the exit burn from Kerbin, and I want to make sure I'm going to have enough fuel to take back, take off from Luna's surface. So at least we're not at 6,000 feet, and we don't see a shadow yet, so that's a good sign. Let's take a look at the map. How does it look where we are? And it looks like we're going to be landing at a relatively low altitude. good and bad. There's going to be more resistance on the chutes when they finally do deploy fully. It'll be a little harder to take off, but it also means the chutes will be more effective, so I won't have to use as much fuel. Slow them down to land. Because even though I have the parachutes on here, Duna's atmosphere is thin enough that this is going to be, parachute assisted or rocket assisted landing, however you want to say it. It's the parachutes aren't going to be enough to do it all on their own. And I sense that those chutes are going to pop any second now. I can start to see ground scatter. Come on. Any second now. Any second. This is very exciting. I've never actually done a live recorded landing before. There they go. Oh, and my ship stays intact. There's the shadow. Let me get that someplace where it's handy. And coming down at 13 meters per second. That's pretty good. I like that. And of course the shadow disappears just to freak me out. Give it a little juice now. I know it's early, but I'm a nervous Nelly sort. And I want to get down to around 5 meters per second for the landing. And it's getting closer. 6 should probably be fine. Nope, we're going too slow now. No. Come on down. There we go. Oh, this will be nice. And down. Oh, sweet. So, I can do there we go, do a crew report. We're flying a donut, flying a Duna. I think I already have that anyways. Crew report. There we go, on Duna surface. And I'll do an EVA report. We're flying a Duna. That I'll take. Take the data, get back in, and then let's see, do an EVA. I'm going to do a shift space, that way he pushes off the, he falls over, pushes off the ladder when he jumps off. And we'll come over here, and shift run runs you a little bit faster. And we'll go ahead and take an EVA report. There we go. From Duna surface, after much testing, determined the reds to the sandcastles were plausible. Okay, fantastic. Save it, and we'll take some surface samples. The surface consists of grainy, very fine sand-like dust that it appears to be getting everywhere. 240 points, I love that. Take it, plant a flag. And we're going to make this a very simple message. Samples. Una's surface. And let's see if I can get back in that spaceship. I'm pretty sure that jetpack's working, Duna. But I am pretty notoriously bad at jetpack operation, so hopefully I'll get in uneventfully. Come on, jetpack. No. Okay, let's give it another go. Come on, you can do it. All right. Okay, we're in. And nothing much else. Oh, let's EVA again. I want to repack those chutes. These ones I'm probably not going to need, but just in case. Come on, repack. There we go. And again, that lag I'm getting is really frustrating. Now we'll get back in, and I'm going to set the stages. I don't think I'll be able to stage the chutes. I'm going to have to open them later manually. I want to make sure that these are ready to go. In fact, let's see how much fuel have I got in here. It's half full. Yeah, I'm going to take these, I don't know if I tested this for, yeah, well, we'll see what happens. Go ahead and Trying SAS, get the rocket engine going. I'm going to turn over a little bit right away. Even though the atmosphere is thin enough, I think I can do that. And yeah, I'm going to run out of fuel on this ascent, I'm sure. Hopefully I'll have enough time to transfer the fuel in. I could use the fuel balancer, but that feels kind of like cheating. Yeah, sorry about not talking as much. This is pretty hair-raising. Taking off where I think I'm going to run out of fuel. So I'm still in the thicker part of the atmosphere. I want to wait till that gets into the dark blue, then I'll turn over a little further. And I don't know what the ascent profile of Duna is like, so I'm just doing this by the seat of my pants. Yeah, that looks good. I'll go ahead and turn it over. We'll go to the 45 mark. Let's check here. 5,000 meters. Yeah, this is not looking good. Hopefully I'll have enough time to get that fuel transferred. A little faster. It's like, I can burn up that fuel a little bit faster. And get ready to turn off the engine. Yeah, this is going to be a little hairy. A little bit hairy. We'll see how that goes. Come on. Run out of fuel, buddy. There it is. Turn off the engine. Right click. Alt right click. In. For God's sakes, hurry. Faster. Transfer faster, damn you. Come on, nope. Lag, darn lag. Once again, right click. Alt right click. In. Hurry. At least I'm still going up. It's a very good sign. Okay, completely full. Eject those side guys. Come on. Throttle back up. Oh, I should have transferred electricity. No, I'm at 45. That should be enough. And I'm going to go ahead and tilt over a little bit more. How am I doing on altitude? Still going up. Periaps. So that'll be a good test. Am I getting closer or further? Oh, there we go. It's going further away from me. Yeah, this. I think I did it. I think I got through this. Now it's just a matter of having enough fuel to come home. I think I'm going to skip going to Ike. I think that'll probably be my best bet at this point. I don't want to take the chance. So come on there, get that periapsis. I want the periapsis up to about 50,000 ultimately once my current altitude. Yeah, I'm out of the thickest part. I'm going to go ahead and tilt all the way over. I think that'll be just fine. Should get up to, yeah, I like the looks of that fuel going down. I'm hoping to have enough fuel to return. Electricity's going down. Yeah, let's go up to, let's go 55. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 56. Well, that looks like I'm going to be able to establish an orbit, so I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead until my orbit is established and we're ready to start the return voyage. All right, and I've gone ahead and took the liberty of actually making a 60-kilometer orbit rather than 55. It turns out you're limited to 10 times time warp at below 60, so it's barely over 60 for both apoapsis and periapsis. And I've time warped ahead to the exit window, the transfer window to Kerbin. So what I'm going to do now is make a maneuver node. And since we're going, closer to the sun, that goes on the light side, and it doesn't really matter. You can put it anywhere along here, behind the ship, obviously. And as long as you know the amount of delta V, and it's about 650 delta V to get from Duna to Kerbin, and I'm really hoping I have it because I've done a lot of recording. That would just suck if it wasn't there. There's 650. And again, just like with, oh wow, that worked out really well. Just like with the coming from Kerbin to Duna, you want to line that up with the orbit of the planet. In this case, it's the retrograde direction, but still you want it as lined up as possible. And that's pretty close. That's close enough for me. And I'm going to zoom out. And oh, look! It actually made an encounter with Kerbin without even seeing it. Unbelievable. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to focus on Duna or Kerbin, and it's not letting me. So I can press the Tab key a few times. There's Nuverno, there's the Sun, Moho, Eve, Gilly, Kerbin. I just want to see where that's putting me. Also, by the way, I took the liberty of rebooting my computer. And it's I'm getting a lot less lag, as you can see. I'm going to try to use this to fine tune them. Maybe a little anti-normal, a little. No, that's that can be a little closer. It's normal and anti-normal doing that. Well, I don't know. Maybe boost that up to 10, because the more changes I can make here, the easier my life is going to be later on. Yeah, but there's not a lot I can do here. So, let's see if it gives me a. It doesn't give me a ascending and descending node either. Well, that's gonna have to do. Press backspace to return focus to the ship. And let's see where that node is going to be. It's going to be almost prograde to where I am now. Prograde's going to be over that way. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to use as little electricity as possible. See, I'm down to it's almost 45. I'm going to have plenty of electricity, but no reason to waste it. It's fuel right now. That's going to be my biggest concern. And I'm going to use cheat again, and now I got that one of those little lag spikes. And then cheat again, and again use time acceleration to slow me down. It looks like I'm going to have plenty of electricity either way. It's got a 38-second burn. Yeah, let's just pray. And intercept 1 minute. Go ahead and time warp. And that's the most. 50x is the most I can do. So that's better than 10x. This was painfully slow at 10x. And I'm gonna make you guys sit here and watch this all the way down. I'm not getting. What was causing that? Well, I've got a lot of mods installed. Maybe I got to review which mods I want to use. Definitely Kerbal Alarm Clock. The MechJab Precise Node. MechJab causes a lot of lag, but it's not on this mission, so I'm not sure what's doing it. I got all this crap up here, and I don't know what's causing it. There's probably some other stuff too. Who knows? Anyways, coming into that encounter at 4, 3, 2. Come on, bring it in there, bring it in there. And I don't know why it always drifts when you're going around small bodies, even Kerbin. You drift. In this case, I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to go ahead and get this up there. Get this over there. And I want to be as precise again when you're talking about these distances. And let's see, map. I'm already in map mode. I want to change my focus. Let's hurry. I want to get the focus over to Kerbin. I'm going to try double clicking. Okay, that did it for me. And 38 would say 19, but I am going to slow down the thruster quite a bit at the end, so I'm going to probably make that 30 seconds. Okay, well, there we go. And I'm going to turn this into time and see. It's telling me, I've got a minute and a half. This is going to take me a half a minute. Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing outstanding. That's going to give me lots of fuel left over for correction burns, which I'm definitely going to need because I'm coming in at, what is that, 7.5 million meters. I'm going to get my fingers back on the right button so I can slow down in time. And 13, 12, 11. Okay, sorry I'm quiet. I'm going to slow this down and I'm going to go ahead and line up on that maneuver node a little bit better. There we go. Speed up again. 70, 60, 50, 40. Slow down, slow down. Again, I want to just be able to stop it as soon as I get into the, there we go. Okay, yeah, that'll work, that'll work. So I'm going to turn off SAS, delete the node, backspace takes me back to the ship. And we'll go ahead and add a maneuver node at the sphere of influence change. I want 0 minutes and 10 seconds. This one's going to be close enough. Yeah, 2 days that'll be close enough. Again, I might miss it a little bit. 2 days out, but hopefully it'll be close enough. Oh, come on, 300,000 meters, there we go. Okay, and I'm, yeah. And once again, the sphere of influence marker disappears. If I zoom out, it's going to show me a trajectory that's, vaguely similar to the one I'm ultimately going to have. But when it turns blue, you'll see it's going to be completely different. It'll be the one that I've signed up for. There we go. And now we've got the problem coming in at probably 7.5 million meters away. So I'm going to try to maybe put a maneuver node here. No, when we got that issue, it's not going to let me put a maneuver node on the. Oh, I hate this. And no, that's set turbine. Yeah, see, I can put one at the next orbit out, but not. Well, before I do anything, let me get that science before I forget. I forgot to get the sun-based science. I'm going to go ahead and crew report in this wireless base high over the sun. 55 science. Record the crew's assessment. Okay, very exciting. And then we'll do an EVA report. Where are you? There you are. Take the EVA report. You feel kind of small right now. You hope you know what you are doing. Is that 88? Well, those aren't what they used to be. Go ahead and keep that. I'll go ahead and right-click, take the data, reboard the spacecraft, go back to map view. Hopefully it's going to... Oh, come on, come on. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. It does this a lot. There's really no way that I know around it. I mean, somehow clicked on the trajectory of one of those without even seeing it. Yeah, and it's not going to let me. It's not going to let me pick a place for to put a maneuver node. I'm going to try coming in from the bottom. I don't even know which way I'm going. There we go. Over here. No. Let's see. It'll put one over there on the purple. I don't want it on the purple. And on the blue. Dang it. I'll tell you what. Let's try putting a maneuver node there. I'll press tab, that'll change my focus to that maneuver node. And since I'm closer here, maybe I'll, not going to do it. Why do you do this to me? Sometimes, no, that's not it either. So, what to do? One more time, nope. I'm going to time warp up a bit and get some more up in here, so I'll come back to you when that's, well, let's see, what's the time here? It's 274 days. I'll time warp up 100 days and see what happens. So that's going to be a time interval of 100 days. So not 100 years, 0 years. 100 days. That alarm. I made that kind of mistake. I'm going to do a quick save just in case. And I may cut this out, but hopefully, I don't know. It might not take that long, so we'll just go ahead and do it. I think my sphere, yeah, I'm still, I don't know what I'm focused on. I'll hit the backspace. Focus me on my own ship there. We'll keep trying to do the maneuver node. Yeah, it'll let me do it on the, I don't know why it does that. And there's another thing MechJeb is good for. I can set it and say, well, just put a maneuver node, 10 days from now. Go ahead and do it for me. This one's obviously not letting me put a maneuver node. Okay, come on. Delete the alarm, anything. Come on, please. I can get one there, not there. Yeah, let's try, I'm going to try another 100 days. For time interval of another 100 days, we'll add the alarm, speed up time, and hope for the best. And then 70 days, come on down. This is boring, nobody wants to watch me do this. Not very exciting at all. Yeah, come on, 28 days, 25 days, 20 days. Will we place one? So far, no. It's no one. Planet's coming up. The come on, dang it. Maybe if I put. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's going to let me put one after the. What's that? My periapsis. And let's see if I can drag that back a bit. Oh, yes. Thank goodness. And I'm going to change focus to Kerbin. I think I can focus view there. And let's see, what can I do with this? Well, let's try some, put it on 1. We'll try some anti-normal. There we go, anti-normal. Anti-normal's looking good. And let's see, a little retrograde? Nope, prograde. How's that look? Okay, let's try a little plus normal. No, anti-normal. Okay, how close is that? That I can work with. So, that's in 22 days. Let's go ahead and delicate controls, no? I'm going to go ahead and time warp up, and I think this is going to be fast enough. Come on. No, I'm getting that lag again. What the? Come on. Here we go. Easy now. Gently. So I'll add. There we go. Time warp up. 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm still pointing at it. I'm going to delete the node, and again, at this distance, 1 minute's not going to make that much of a difference. And it's only 11 meters per second. So what I'm going to do again is go ahead and tag that, turn on my SAS, and hit the gas. And when it gets close enough, I'll go ahead and let off the gas. Brings that periapsis down. Again, if I recall, it was around 200 kilometers. And I can bring it in much further once I'm in Kerbin's sphere of influence. So it's coming. I like to spin this around and look so I know what I'm looking at. Coming in very slowly. Okay, looking good. Looking good. See what that does. Yeah, it's a retrograde orbit, but just coming in to crash. 250 meters, looks pretty, there we go. 230 kilometers, looking pretty good. Turn the SAS off, backspace takes me back to focus on the ship. I can't tell what the encounter is, and I'm going to turn that off. There we go. 51 days. So again, no reason to edit ahead. I think I'll just set that for 12 days, add the alarm. Time warp up. And we're coming close to Kerbin. Weaving my way through the asteroids as I do so. And I prefer looking at the outside of the orbit for some reason. And okay, now should be 2 days out, and that's 2 Kerbin days. That's 12 hours. We'll go ahead and set up another one of these for 10 seconds. I'm just going to go that much, counting down by the hour. And this time it didn't do that funky thing that it normally does with the camera. So I can actually look and see how long it's going to take me. 3, 2, 1, 0. I've already got all the science from Kerbin Orbit and whatnot, so I'm just going to go ahead and try to set. It's trying. There we go. And again, all I'm trying to figure out is which way is. Well, I guess it's going to be this way. Yeah, let me tell you what. Let's. Yeah. And I don't know what I just did. Oh, I think I changed ship accidentally, probably to a flag on the. No, to some. Yeah, to a flag out in the middle of space. Yeah, that's interesting. Let's go to map view. There's probably that flag there. Let's see if I can get back onto this one. Yeah, switch to. I'm hoping to God this didn't break my save game. Okay, looking okay. Once again, I'm going to try to. Still got my maneuver, no good. No, down. Okay, we're going to give this, I think I'll use the tab button next time. Focus on the flag, yeah, great. And zoom out to the ship. And now I can't set focus, so go to the Space Center. Yeah, sorry about wasting all your people's valuable time. Come on, Space Center. Go into the, whatever that building is called. Switch to the Jeb second mission. Map view. Tab. Takes me to that. To the Sun, to Moho, to Eve, to Gilly, to Kerbin. And whoa. I think I'm going to have to click on this to open it. There we go. And I just want to go anti-radial. Yes, it is anti-radial. And I just want to know which way to point. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the SAS. I've still got almost 44 energy left. Yeah, plenty of energy. There we go. Pointing that way. Turn off the maneuver, or delete it. Focus on the periapsis there, and I want to bring that down, 25, 24, 23, something like that. So we'll come on down, 125, 100. And I'm not talking because I've got total focus of concentration, 20 kilometers. We'll be coming in hot, but that'll be just fine. And then I'm going to set up a maneuver node, right up about here. Again, this is just a placeholder, so that I can add an alarm clock and go ahead and time warp up without having to worry about zipping through Kerbin's sphere of influence too quickly. And here I come. Whoa, slow down. Otherwise, I've had some floating point stuff happen, and whoosh, it goes whipping off into interstellar space. Delete on close the alarm, delete the maneuver node, and yeah, put me about 330,000 meters. Let's go ahead and speed up a little bit and drop that down to where I cross into the sphere of influence, or right across the, whoa, slow down. Cross into the atmosphere. Okay, yeah, there we go. And I'm in the atmosphere, coming in pretty hot. Oop, now I'm in the atmosphere. And yeah, I'm going to let this come down normal speed. And I may, I'm going to go ahead and you don't have to watch the whole landing. We'll come back as I'm getting close to touchdown. All right, coming in to splashdown. Now I was able to get a crew report while flying over Kerbin's waters, which means I'll probably be able to get surface samples there as well. Let's go ahead and zoom in a bit. There I am, landed. Wait for the tip over. There we go. Let it tip over. And I'm going to turn on the flywheel and spin this. It looks a little deeper in the water than it normally is. That looks okay. I'm going to do an EVA. And I'll get an EVA report while flying over Kerbin's water. Go ahead and take the data from the command pod, reboard, Go ahead and get a crew report while in Kerbin's water. Keep the data. Do an EVA report. I'll let go. And I'm going to do an EVA report here while in Kerbin's water. I'm going to take a surface sample. That's worth 12 size. That's pretty good. And can we get back in the? It's going to let me. Can I jump? There we go. Get back in. Let's recover that ship and see how much science this mission got me. I'm hoping for quite a bit. I think it's going to be pretty high. 300-400 maybe. 500. No, 810.3 science, taking me up to 852. I'll go ahead and scroll down. You guys can slow the video down if you want. Take a look at the individual items I was able to pick up. Not bad for a second mission. Not doing anything too crazy. And I really haven't really thought of my next mission, but I always do a rule for myself where I have to complete one tier science before I jump up to the next. These are all 45, so I'm easily going to be able to afford all of these. I'm just going to go ahead and buy them. And for those of you who play, you're familiar with all the science that they have to offer. And I've got 672, and these are 90 each. So 90, so I get 7 of those. 7 of these gives me, what, 631, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost the entire next tier. So there's one I'm not going to get. Probably this one. That is not very exciting to me. These I don't need. Maybe the ladders. I'm really going to like having solar panels. Not so much this, but the predecessor to it. I always like having that control authority. I don't care about flying stuff. Yeah, maybe I'll break down this series and do some flying. All this connector stuff is very, very nice, especially when it comes with fuel lines, RCS, and some big rockets. So yeah, so I think I can get 7 things. 90 times 7 is 630, right? So we'll start, just in case. I've made mistakes before. We'll start with the stuff I really want. Well, I want the fuel lines, certainly. And if I'm going to get big fuel tanks, I want this stuff. And then I might as well get the ladder piece. And yeah, 2 more pieces for 180. So there we have it. Let me know if you like this format. This is probably going to be a long video. I haven't even taken a look. If it's too long, I'm not going to do it again. If the background noise is too much, I'm going to have to redo the whole thing from scratch. So hopefully the background noise isn't too much. Hopefully the video is not terribly long. If you like the new format, let me know. Give me a thumbs up on the, like the video if you like it. If you don't like the video, like it anyways. Tell your friends, put it on Facebook, Twitter, on your Friendster, what have you. Good night, everybody. And you too, Mrs. Miller.